welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hola, mi amigos.
You almost lost your cue.
No, I didn't.
You almost missed your cue.
Hey, I'm having hot family drama convos over here. It's not just me being on my phone and being annoying.
They can wait.
Hot family drama. I wish I could tell you, but too many family members listen to this, and too many people we know personally.
Just put the phone away.
The phone is away.
And you can tell me after.
Karradyne is here to play.
Okay. Play this week's game?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm here to play Mario Kart. Oh, let's play Mario Kart when we're done.
No, I don't.
And then we can go watch TV.
I don't want to play Mario Kart. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you look a little frazzled.
Yeah, I'm sensitive right now, and I don't think I could handle
your tism's coming out.
I don't think so, but I'm just tired. I'm very, very tired for I don't know what reason. Anyways, if this is your first time or 155th or 155th time coming into the show, welcome. We're glad you're joining us for an episode of A Novel Console. We hope you stick around, have some laughs, and maybe find some new things to enjoy. If you want to reach out to us, you could do it on our socials, which is basically at A Novel Console on every platform, or you can email us directly at anovelconsole@gmail.com. Or if you would like to support us, you could do it at patreon.com/anovelconsole.
Also, you should tell your friends about the show so that maybe they'll listen to us and not hate us. And you should leave us reviews wherever you can because that helps us be more discoverable. We also have a Discord server. If you would like to join that, send us an email or go to our Twitter and look for the pinned tweet.
Yes. This week on Twitter, there was a day where work was particularly very slow, and it looks like it was very slow for everyone because everybody was active on Discord talking about how much bananas are shitty fruit. And Will, Carmen's Will, was in that conversation as well, talking about how he was like Donkey Kong hoarding all the bananas in elementary school because he was one of the only kids that ate bananas, so all the other kids would give him their bananas, so he had like a banana hoard all
and
the
see,
time.
the thing was, you were saying this to me, and I wasn't paying attention because I worked at home that day, and you were like, did Will hoard bananas in school? And I'm like, I've never met Will. Like, what the fuck do you think? How would I know this? Not to mention, I'm pretty sure he's younger than us, and I wouldn't have been in school with him. Then I realized
Not Will.
You were referring to the Will that I do, in fact, know
Right.
and have known for many years.
And not Will, frat boy from Texas.
Nope.
Will, your friend's husband.
He's also my
Your
friend. She is
the
more
Will-
my friend.
The Will that helped us eat 40 pounds of wings.
Yes.
40 pounds of wings. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes. Him.
We ate 40 pounds of wings that one day.
Yes.
Fuck. What is our
insane.
life?
We don't have lives, apparently.
Wow. Shit. That just...
Well,
oh.
so
What?
how many pounds was it again?
40.
40 pounds? No, it wasn't. You each ate 40 wings apiece.
Was it 40 wings apiece?
Yes, it was like 18 pound. Wait, no. It was like 4-pound bags. So it was
16?
16 pounds, wasn't it?
Let's just say 20.
I don't remember.
I think it was...
We ate a lot of wings.
Yeah, we ate a lot of wings. I thought it was 40 pounds.
No, how can we afford 40 pounds of wings? How?
Well, the bag...
The bag at Sam's is a 4-pound bag, right?
Is it?
I think.
I think it's more.
And it's $25. We're not buying 40 pounds of wings. That would be 10 bags of wings. We only had 4 bags.
We had 4 bags of wings.
We had 4 bags of wings, not 40 pounds of wings. Do you realize that would be 10 pounds of wings in each bag? That'd be heavier than Luna, each bag of wings.
I think...
We did not have that many.
I think we could do it.
Oh, I know y'all could do it, but you didn't do it.
Yeah,
you ate 40 wings apiece.
40 wings apiece.
Because he counted.
Okay.
I don't remember if you counted,
Yeah,
but he counted.
yeah, I think that's right. I'm also just out of my head right now.
I want wings. I almost grabbed that bag of wings when I had to grab the bag of chicken breasts today.
So that I could.
Like, can we have wings instead? No, because the breast will last us several meals.
The wings will go in one. Mm-hmm. I thought about it last night because you were like, "Oh, let's just get a pound of chicken at Walmart, and that should be enough." And I was like, I'd rather just get like a bag of wings at Sam's if we don't want to buy a bag of chicken at Sam's.
It's only one meal.
Because I can make them in the oven instead of deep frying them. Oh, but nah. Okay, we have updates from last week. Lower Olympus, go.
Yes, I've read it. What am I saying
I don't
about
know.
it? I don't know either. I got volume 5. I read it. I let it drag out over like 3 or 4 reading sessions. Took me. Well, it wasn't a full 2 days. I got it Tuesday night. I'd finished it by Wednesday night, I think, or was it Thursday?
I think it was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It's great. It's great to the point that I might have to go read it on Webtoon because it ended on a big enough cliffhanger that I don't know that I can wait until whenever the next volume comes out. I don't remember.
And then
when
you
that
just
is.
keep buying the volumes as they come out.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course. I need to collect them.
Okay.
I actually realized today that I am missing the non-exclusive editions of volumes 2 and 3. I only have the Barnes & Noble exclusives for those 2. So
you have multiple versions of these books.
yeah,
Oh,
Ow.
my bad.
I'm trying to get both the exclusive and the regular edition of each one. And let me see. Volume 6 doesn't come out until May. Yeah, I'm going to have to read on Webtoon.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Having it be so readily available and you decide to just wait for the physical versions, it's kind of weird when you could have just finished everything already. Because isn't it over?
I like the wait sometimes.
I don't like waiting.
I don't know if it's over.
No?
I have no idea. The dog's driving me nuts.
Yeah, but the microphones don't really pick that up.
Still drives me nuts.
I know. Assassin's Creed Mirage. All right. I was talking about how I was hoping that it was good, that it was back to basics, that it would be a mix of old Assassin's Creed and new Assassin's Creed, what works of each, and I am happy to say it does. It's very good. It has a lot of stealth elements from the original Assassin's Creed games, which is perfect. The combat is kind of the weak point of the game because it's just like a one-button combat where you press R1 to attack, and then if they attack you, you either dodge or you counter. Which it's pretty cool because the counter, once you do it, you can pretty much insta-kill the enemies. And, you know, the stealth, you have the assassination stealth attacks like you did in the original games. It's not level gated like it is in the Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, which Valhalla has a toggle for you to be able to automatically assassinate people. So you don't have to toggle it, you can just do it. And there's kind of a level progression, but not really because the levels don't do anything other than give you points to buy skills, which the skills are super... I don't know how to say it. It's like they're very not necessary. It's like nice to have them, but you don't need them. Like, for example, be able to kick somebody after you parry. Why would you kick them after you parry if you can immediately kill them? So it's like stuff that you can use and whatnot, but it's not necessary to beat the game. The map is pretty big. There's back to the watchtowers where you can unlock pieces of the map, and there's a bunch of contracts and shit that you can get to do stuff around the map, like missions and stuff with special rewards and stuff. And there are upgradable weapons and upgradable armors and stuff, but they don't go like 20 levels up like they did in Valhalla or Odyssey. You can upgrade them 2 times and that's it, which is perfect. I'm fine with that. I don't need to grind for hours so I can keep using the same sword I've been using since the beginning of the game and have it still be good enough for the whole game. Now, there is something really cool. They added the dagger from the new Prince of Persia game that's coming out in January, and the sword from the Prince of Persia game that's coming out in January. And it has this little effect where after you kill somebody with the dagger, when Basim pulls out the dagger, like there's like the effect of the sense of time going into the dagger as the blood spurts out. Like there's like the effect of sense of time going into the dagger. It's really cool.
Interesting.
Reminiscent of the original GameCube PS2 Prince of Persia Sands of Time game. The parkour feels great. Everything about the game is just, it's giving me Assassin's Creed 2 in a modern way, like with modern life improvements that the game needed. I think I'm probably going to be able to beat it before Spider-Man 2 comes out, because that's like my big game for October. And we'll see. We'll see where it goes, because I'm very excited to continue, apart from all the horror month stuff that we're doing.
I thought of something else.
What?
Applicable to horror month.
What?
I started watching Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, God.
And I am loving it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I waited so long, especially since it's Steve Martin and Martin Short. I fucking love them. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. Mm-hmm. I am addicted.
You know who else is addicted?
Who?
Selena Gomez. She has Justin Bieber's nuts in his mouth, and that's why she talks that way.
Oh my God. In her mouth, not in his mouth.
Whatever.
And remind me when we're recording our next episode with our special guest.
The 19th.
What day is that?
Thursday.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Not this Thursday? Oh, the next Thursday.
Yes. So you have another book to finish.
Never mind. By the time you hear from us next week, I will have watched the Frasier reboot.
Okay.
Yes. I'm excited for that.
All right. We still haven't watched Ahsoka or Loki.
We have not watched either. Well, Loki, we're fine. It's only one episode so far.
Yeah.
But Ahsoka, shame on us. It's over. We only watched one episode.
I think I'm just going to watch it by myself.
No, I want to watch it.
And let you watch it by yourself at lunch or something, because
yeah,
I have a lot more time.
It's really hard to sit down together. And
yeah. We've been like, this Friday, we're going to sit down and watch it. And Friday comes around, what are you going to do? Let's go get some food, or let's go to Columbus or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? We're supposed to stay in and watch.
Do we have any plans next weekend?
It's Saturday. Let's sit down and watch Ahsoka all day. No, I got to go to my sister's house. See how annoying it fucking is? See how annoying it is?
You know what? Us watching Ahsoka separately is going to be the start of the downfall of our marriage.
It is. It is. I did watch The Flash without you, and I think I did you a favor.
I think so, too.
Because that movie fucking blows.
Just from that
so
one scene
bad.
I walked in on, I think I'm good.
I fell asleep so many times watching the movie, and I would wake up, and I was like, this shit is still going. Like, what the fuck? And I fell asleep during critical moments, and I still woke up, and I knew what the fuck was going on in the movie.
That's sad.
It is awful. So bad. Anyways, are we ready for book talk?
We're ready.
You want to introduce it?
All right. This is book talk.
Is that how you want to introduce it?
This is book talk. I don't know. We didn't do our creepy stuff at the beginning.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Horror console with crypt and something with K that's disgusting about Karradyne. Calories.
Oh my God.
Are we ready for book talk now?
We're ready for book talk.
To put that shit in the intro.
This week's Itovania installment is Smashed by Junji Ito. Ta-da!
When was it released?
Good question. I have no idea.
Okay, keep talking and I'll look it up.
Okay. So, fun fact, this week's Itovania installment was supposed to be Soichi or Soichi or however the fuck you pronounce that. Soichi. And it's still probably going to be an Itovania book discussed. But I fucking hate it and I wanted to DNF it, so Red smashed instead.
April 16th, 2019.
Oh, wow. That's
recent.
Recent than most of them.
Okay, so it looks like we're missing Remina. We don't have Remina.
What does Remina look like?
The one with the red moon thing floating over Tokyo or something.
Why is it taking so long to load?
Because
that one. I don't know that I've ever seen that one in the store.
I have a bunch of
Wait,
times.
what's that one next to it to the left?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's the only one we don't have. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so Smashed was easy because I was on a time crunch, and Chris has already read it, so ta-da.
I read it. When did you get me that haul of Junji Ito books? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah. You got it before we started the podcast, so 2019.
Yeah.
I read it back in 2019.
Okay, so we're gonna hope that all this jogs your memory.
Hopefully.
I read all of this today. I started this morning while you were in the shower. I read on the way to get groceries, and I read once we got back. And then, lo and behold, Soichi came back to find me in 2 more fucking stories. Yay! I was like, fuck my life. Yeah, it's super great. And actually, he kind of haunted me in 3 stories, I think. I can't remember if this kid was in 2 of them, but he was like Soichi. Okay, so this one starts with a blood-sucking darkness, and it was a little freaky, but also like maybe a little more weird than freaky, which I feel like a lot of Ito stories are. Just weird. You know, I worry about him. I'm concerned.
Why?
I think he needs therapy.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because he comes up with some really dark and demented shit.
Mm-hmm.
But also just weird. Really, really weird. Like, yeah. Worried about him.
Okay.
So the first one,
why.
It just concerns me that he has these things in his head, you know?
Okay. Oh, there's the dissolving classroom.
Excuse me, sir. Can you put your phone down?
I'm looking up at Ito stuff.
I don't care.
That we don't have.
You're not paying attention.
You're just telling me that you're concerned about him, but you're not telling me why. Just because he can dry.
I'm concerned that he has creepy things stored up in his head, and he comes up with some really fucking weird stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
needs help.
That's it.
He needs rainbows and sunshine.
Have you seen how different he is in person to his books?
No.
Have you not seen him with the cat ears going like this?
No. We need the cat mangas.
The Junji Ito's cat manga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get it. Okay,
So
continue.
the first story is about this chick who's sad because her boyfriend breaks up with her, and she becomes anorexic, bulimic, all the things. And she meets this creepy dude on the street, and he's like, "I want to be friends." And she's like, "That's weird." And then next thing we know, he is also looking like he is anorexic and bulimic. And she's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "I like you, so as long as you're not eating, I'm not eating." Well, actually, it turns out that instead of just not eating, he's letting his vampire bat suck his blood. And she keeps having these creepy dreams where like it's raining blood, and then she wakes up with blood all over the place. And she thinks it's because she like puked too much and her esophagus is just bleeding out. But no, it's the creepy vampire bats coming in every night and trying to give her the creepy dude's blood to make her better.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember any of this?
Yes.
Then he like gets hit by a train and his body parts are scattered all over the place and the bats like try to put him back together and shit.
I don't remember that part.
It's freaky. Yeah. Super fun. Okay, what I think was probably the weirdest story and just made me shake my head a little bit.
What's the haunted house one?
No. I mean, that too, but no. Ghosts of Prime Time with the weird girls who wanted to be comedians and they're not funny. So they send their like souls out into the audience to tickle everyone and make them laugh forever and ever until they die. And they go on TV and they send their souls through the electrical wires into your homes to make you laugh by tickling you.
Huh.
It's really fucking weird.
I don't remember that one
It's
either.
really fucking weird. Then we have Roar. I don't even remember what Roar was about. I'm going to have to find that. Roar. This one was also weird. I'm beginning to question. Now that I'm rehashing this, I'm questioning my rating. I think I need to downgrade it. Roar. Some dudes are hiking in the woods and there's this like phantom flood that goes past them and they see all these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one
and
was
dude's
awesome.
like, I'm so scared of water. And then it's gone and the ground's not wet. And like, what just happened? And then they find this house with this creepy old man. He's like, oh yeah, there was a flood long time ago. And this is the ghost of the flood that comes back every whatever. And he's like, I was in that flood, but I survived. I grabbed my little baby boy and I swam to safety. But I was miserable because my wife died and I gave him to relatives. And he was always scared of water. And pretty sure that was homeboy's dad. But then he decided to jump into a ghost river after the ghost wife and died and never got to find out if...
Isn't that the one where they jump into the water and they get long?
No, that's a different one that we read last year or the year before. No, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
I thought it was that one because that one was really fucking cool.
This is the one where the dad had like built this sort of like mechanism across the water, almost like a bridge that he was trying to get the ghost wife to hold on to because he's convinced that she can make it out. Mm-hmm. And she grabs it, but she can't make it all the way, so he winds up jumping in after her. And I'm like, this you've watched this thing go by for like 30 years now, and now you gonna jump in after her? I'm just like, I'm pretty sure you would have jumped in prior to the 30-year mark.
Maybe.
If you were that hell-bent on getting me out.
Yeah, probably.
I hope you would, at least. I hope.
Maybe
And cut
not.
your balls off if you don't.
You're a ghost. You can't do that.
Okay, then Earthbound.
The video game?
No.
Ness in it?
No. Earthbound was probably one of the more interesting stories. Mm-hmm. So, like, people all around town wind up striking this, like, crucifix zombie type pose thing where like they're just posted around, like just standing there like this. They're
with
still
their arms
alive.
up like they're crucified.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And it's like if you get too close to them, you'll catch it, and they start solidifying like statues. And there's like no explanation for why it's happening. And there's this girl going around. She works for, I think it's like a charitable type organization trying to help people. And she finds this like teenager, and his mom is standing there trying to leave food and water for him and like get him to, but she's like, you haven't had any of the stuff that I left for you days ago. You're going to die. And so she starts talking to the mom, and she's like, well, I think he picked this spot, and I think it's happened because he's really sad about our dog who died. He's buried right back there. And sure enough, he's standing like in front of the dog's little grave. Doing this, and the girl's like, oh, so this must be tied to like some sort of trauma or, you know, like a significant sad event in someone's life. Well, then she goes and tells her boss, like, hey, I think I'm onto something, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, I have to go home now because I'm moving house. I can't think about the way that these are written too much, or I'm not ever going to enjoy them. I just have to have a certain level of disconnect. And he's like, oh, but I thought you moved house just a year ago. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, well, I always move around so much. And then she like goes into her apartment and she's thinking to herself, truth is, I move around so much because one time I was sexually assaulted in my apartment. So I move all the time because I'm afraid he's following me. Ah. She goes back to her apartment. Her boss man is doing the zombie thing in her apartment. And I was like, he's her assault person. He has trauma. That's why he is in her apartment. And I was like, wait, but she said that happened in an old apartment. I don't know. Maybe not. Well, then it turns out that a woman was murdered in her apartment before her. And she's like looking at him standing there with his pose. And she's like, oh my God, that murder happened at the same time that my assault happened. And they never found the murderer and they never found my assault person. It's you. All of you are in these poses because you're guilty of doing bad things. And then you like see it flash back to this old man that she'd tried to talk to who was in the pose, and he had like hit and run a child or something. And then she like goes back to the teenager and he's like,
I killed the dog.
Yes, exactly. He killed the dog. She pissed him off for some reason. I can't remember what he said it was. So he rolled her up in a futon.
What the fuck? I know. And threw her in the river or something.
I don't think it said exactly what he did to her after he rolled her up in the futon. Luna, I hope you would be able to get out. We've wrapped you up in some bundles before, and you always escape.
I bundled her this morning.
Sweet baby.
And she escaped before we went out the door.
That one was interesting. And okay, so I was right. There were 3 fucking Soichi stories.
Yeah.
3.
Was one of them the cat story?
Yes. One of them was the cat. Did you remember that, or did you
glance
and
I remember
notice?
the cat story because of the thing that the cat spits out.
The thing the cat spits out? The spider-looking
yes.
thing with the like nodules?
With the weird eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah. So the first Soichi story is the mystery of the haunted house. This haunted house comes to town. Of course, I'm like, oh, Horror Nights is in town. It's probably going to be way worse than Horror Nights. These 2 kids like,
Wasn't
oh my
it?
gosh. Huh?
Was it worse than Horror
Way
Nights?
worse than Horror Nights. These 2 kids are like, oh my gosh, we got to go to the haunted house. It is almost as expensive as Horror Nights, though, because there's a line of people and this man is at the door and he's like, 10,000 yen to get into a haunted house. That's insane. So while we were riding back home from the grocery store, I Googled what 10,000 yen is in US dollars. That is $67.
It's a brand new game.
To go into one haunted house. Mm-hmm. Not even to go into Universal Studios, to go to multiple haunted houses. Yeah. That's kind of cray-cray. But so you eventually realize that Soichi is the man running the house. I was like, it all makes sense. He looks like Soichi would when he's grown up. Yeah. And I'm not at all surprised that Soichi is exploiting his entire family to be creepy people in his haunted house. And he's like cursed them all. Mm-hmm. So then we see that
one has a very gruesome couple of panels.
Yeah.
That
because
one.
you meet Soichi's kid that he had with like a demon woman. Whew. Not to mention the family members in the haunted house and like he's literally crucified his brother. Like, what the fuck? It's a little freaky. And it was especially freaky for and upsetting for me, having read a couple Soichi stories before I moved on of when he was a child with his entire family. And the way his poor mother still babied him, even though he was a demon. Then we have the mystery of the haunted house, Soichi's version. And I don't recall a lot of it, unfortunately.
I don't remember any of that story
at all. Let me flip over to it. And
it's all right. Just continue.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then the story after that is the fucking cat. The fucking cat. They can't decide on which name they're using for the fucking cat. It's either Gallon or Cologne or something like that. And Soichi is testing his his boundaries. He's pushing the limits of his own power, and he's cursed the cat. And his curse is coming to fruition. And I think that's what ultimately probably leads to him cursing the entire family and doing this haunted house shit and banging a demon.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cat was a little freaky.
Cat was very freaky.
Yeah, and then okay, there was that one panel where it looked like Soichi was fucking the cat. Let me go see if I can find that page and just glance at it and tell me if you also see what I saw. Oh look, I've almost perfectly opened to it.
Really?
This panel. Does it not look like Soichi is fucking the cat?
Give me the book. Give me the book.
Don't read anything, just look at it.
No, I'm looking. I'm not reading. Oh God. The cat is like scratching and throwing fur everywhere. I remember that. Now that cat is all fucked up. This is what your mom's cat looks like to me. This is what it looks like to me all the time.
Poor Wednesday.
That cat is fucking evil.
She's not evil. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. So, let's see. After Soichi's cat, we have In Mirror Valley, which I thought was so fucking stupid. I gotta be honest, I zoned out of a lot of it.
I don't remember.
There was it reminded me of Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
Why?
Two villages on opposite sides of a river that hate each other, and they like have hatred in their gazes.
Point mirrors at each other.
They do point mirrors at each other, and then a girl and a boy from each side, they fall in love with each other, and they wind up killing themselves and falling into the river, and then they turn into like these gigantic ghosts that stand in the river every night and make love, and everybody in both sides have to watch them and be super mad, and then they shatter like mirrors, and they're just like shattered mirrors everywhere, and everybody has their hatred gazes. I don't know, it's fucking stupid.
I kind of remember that. Now, the last one.
I'm not there yet.
No?
No.
No? What else you got?
I don't want to be a ghost. That was stupid too.
I don't know that one.
I'm changing my rating. There was this girl who her mom had died before she gave birth, and so she was born from a dead woman's body. Dead woman came back so that she could breastfeed her. So now the girl just eats ghosts. It's weird. Then Library Vision, also kind of fucking stupid, but cool because books. It's the dude about the dude who was like obsessed with how his library was arranged and memorized all the words and all the books. And
Niles Crane.
Oh my God. Sure. Then we had Splendid Shadow Song. I don't even remember what that was about. Oh, that's the cover image.
Oh, it is?
It's about the subway girl who sings the I Hate You song, and it gets stuck in everybody's head. But it turns out that it's stuck in her head from her ex-boyfriend who sucked as a musician, and she told him he sucked, and he killed himself in her apartment. So the song that got stuck in her head first, and then that hole opens on her forehead and music comes out of it.
Okay.
It's fucking weird.
Huh.
Smashed.
Yes.
I don't understand how you thought that was a twist. And I'm actually going to go on Goodreads right now and change my rating.
Okay. Don't they hint throughout the book about the honey that people are eating? Aren't there other stories in the book about people eating honey and being addicted?
No, not in this.
Is that just in the last story in Smashed?
Mm-hmm. Just the nectar.
Yes, the people are addicted to the nectar, and it turns out that they get it from some tree somewhere. And then
South America.
Right, and the tree can like open portals in space and time.
It's like a whomping willow with portals.
And it smashes people like flies or bugs who have eaten the sap.
Yeah, because the thing is you're supposed to try to eat it unnoticed.
Right.
And if you get noticed, then you're fucked. You're getting smashed.
Right. I like that one. I think that one was my favorite from the whole book.
It was definitely like
what?
The most surprising, I guess. Like I didn't see it coming that it was the tree smashing people. Like, okay.
Because I think it's like you're reading a panel and out of nowhere you just hear whamp. and there's a person like splattered all over the floor.
Plus, I wish this is another instance in which I wish that they were color panels, because those people being smashed just look like what's his face wrapped up in mold spores, you know?
Right. From last week's book.
Yeah. So I feel like it wasn't terribly obvious with the first two people that they were literally smashed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. The only one that
That what?
Well, the only ones that made me cringe really were the Suichi ones. Primarily the haunted house ones. I was a little
Right.
but-
Right, with the demon child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the first Ito book that I read.
Did you love it? Do you remember?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was very
It's
good.
not bad, but I'd definitely say Fragments of Horror was better.
Oh yeah, Fragments of Horror. I think that's the one that I've liked the most so far of what we've read. Because I liked Liminal Zone, but I don't really remember it.
I liked it, but I don't remember it either.
I
Uzumaki is classic.
Uzumaki was good. Uzumaki was really good. I liked Gyo a lot. But I think Fragments of Horror has the most solid stories.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like also like starting with Suichi and then putting it down probably put a sour taste in my mouth.
For Soichi?
Yeah.
Or for Ito?
I think both. Really. It's just awful. It's awful in a really boring and stupid way. Like, it's a kid with nails in his mouth. This is fucking stupid. Like, what? What?
I don't fucking know. I haven't read it yet. So.
I know. We'll see.
Yeah. So we have 3 more books. We have Soichi,
Yes. Tombs.
Tombs, and
Want to do Love Sickness? Or do we want to do Deserted? Deserter.
We also have No Longer Human.
We do. No Longer Human's long, though.
Yeah.
I can't commit to long.
Okay. So you pick. If you want to do Love Sickness, that's fine, because I know you've wanted to do that one for a while.
Yeah, I like the cover of it.
Okay. So Tombs, Soichi, and Love Sickness.
As of right now, yes.
As of right now.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll probably stick to that.
I think we could do another Itovania month next year, because we still have so many books that we haven't read.
I know, we need to get that riveted or whatever it is.
Yeah, Melting Classroom and
No Longer Human.
I haven't read Shiver, which we have.
We could get The Cat.
Yeah.
I haven't read Shiver.
What?
I haven't read Shiver.
Me neither. We have it.
Yeah.
Oh. So what was your score for this book?
I just changed it from 4 to 3.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know why I gave it 4. I think it was because I had just eaten a snack and I was feeling happy.
Probably.
I had a snacky snack and I was in a good mood.
Had some croutons by themselves.
I had croutons and some charcuterie meat.
Which ones?
I had
The new ones that we bought?
Yeah.
There's some open in the fridge already.
Oops.
In the door.
I took a crouton and I wrapped it up in the meat.
In prosciutto?
And I ate it like a little crunchy burrito. A little crunchy meat burrito.
You gotta go take those meats and put them in Ziploc bags, because your mom keeps throwing shit on the fridge and hitting the things, and it open and the meats dry out.
Oops.
So we gotta put them in Ziploc bags so she doesn't ruin our meats.
Ruin our meats.
Yeah. All right. It's time for games and stuff. All right, for this week we have Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance for the Game Boy Advance. It was originally released September 16th, 2002 on the previously mentioned Game Boy Advance. This is the last of the, well, it goes Circle of the Moon, which we talked about last year. Harmony of Dissonance, which would be the second one that got released on the Game Boy Advance, and then the third, my favorite, Aria of Sorrow, which we covered with Burger Champ last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I
right?
think so.
Yes, because he said
Sounds right.
he was saying that he 100%ed it or something like that. That he got all the souls, or that he had done it before, or something like that. Anyways, it's a Metroidvania. So basically, again, you have a giant map to explore with a bunch of rooms where you get different abilities to access them. If you can't access them now, go through some other path, and eventually you'll be able to go through that one path. This game is very unique. I really like this game a lot. I played the Switch version, which comes in the Castlevania Advance Collection, which was released on September 23rd, 2021. That collection is on Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. It brings Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, and Dracula X, which I believe is the Super Nintendo version of Rondo of Blood. And let me look up and see exactly what score I gave this game. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Damn, I really like this game. Like I said, you control a Belmont, right? One of the classic Belmont characters from Castlevania. I think this is the last Castlevania game that came out on the official Castlevania timeline where you use a Belmont, if I'm not mistaken. It is not the last Belmont. The last Belmont is Julius Belmont in the Aria of Sorrow games. But he is Richter's grandfather. Richter is from Dracula X and Rondo of Blood. He's also the main character of Castlevania Nocturne, which is fantastic. If you haven't watched it, it's amazing. Watch it.
He's obsessed.
It got renewed for a second season. Are you unmuted?
Yes.
Yes, you're unmuted? Okay.
And are they going to get Funko Pops?
If they make some, I'm going to get them.
I know.
Because
you'll be like me the other night when I saw that Frodo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, here you go. We're going to the counter.
Yep.
No questions asked.
So, Juiced, it's Juste. Juiced Belmont.
Juiced.
Is the grandson of Simon Belmont. I don't know which Belmont that is. I think it's Castlevania 3, because this is a direct sequel to 3. There are the parts of Dracula that you have to collect throughout the game.
Parts of Dracula?
Yes.
Dracula done got chopped up?
Yes.
Like that dude who got hit by the bus?
Yes.
Why aren't the bats putting him back together?
Let me look up. Parts of Dracula.
Dracula got juiced.
Dracula got juiced. He does get juiced at the end of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Parts of Dracula. Oh, it's Vlad. It is 6 relics, and it doesn't tell me which ones they are. I know it's like the eye, the fang, the heart, the ring, the nail, the eyeball, the rib bone, the ring, the heart, the ring, the heart, the rib, the tooth, the eye.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So you get to collect all those parts, and that's how you unlock the true ending, because there's 3 endings in the game. One where you don't save your friends, one where you save one of your friends, and the other one where you save both of your friends. So in the Aria of Sorrow, which is the last one that we talked about, you're able to find different weapons throughout the castle and equip them. In this one, you don't. But you start with the Vampire Killer from the beginning of the game. The Vampire Killer is the legendary whip that the Belmonts use to fight Dracula. The previous game that I had talked about, Circle of the Moon, you do use the Vampire Killer, but you play as Nathan Graves, so you don't have any Belmont blood in you to help you unleash the whip's true power. Which, it's kind of fucking crazy to fight Dracula and monsters with a whip. Just like smack them in the face with a whip.
You're my bitch.
Right? And like in the Castlevania Nocturne anime, Richter uses the whip and he like fucks up these monsters that he hits with the whip. Like he fucks them up. It's not like you get snapped.
Is it like one of the whips with the, is it called a mace?
A morning star or a mace at the
with the
tap
ball
of the
with
titch?
the spikes.
Okay, so in this game, you get like attachments to equip to the whip, so you can like attach an equipment that makes it get caught on fire, or ice, or electricity, and then there's like a steel tip. So you get like a steel ball at the tip. And then there's like a titanium tip and you get a massive ball at the end attached to the whip.
That'd be some interesting stuff to include in your red room.
Right? Like a fucking giant ball of metal. It's like, kapak, and you give them brain damage.
Oh boy.
Right? So it's weird because the vampire killer is different in every game. Right? Some games, the vampire killer kind of looks like a chain, like in this game. In some others, like in Circle of the Moon, it looks like a straight up leather whip. And then in both of the animes, it is a straight up leather whip. But I think in the first one, Trevor has like a morning star attached to it. So he has like, the giant steel ball attached to it. And it's pretty cool because like you can equip stuff to the whip. You can also equip like different items to help you, boost your stats and whatnot. And you have items that you can eat to raise your health. And I feel like this game respected my time with it very well because you can dash nonstop. You have L and R where you can press them and Juiced will dash forwards or backwards. And I just was dashing the entire time. It doesn't carry into jumps. If you jump while you're dashing, it doesn't carry any of the momentum, but for moving around the castle, it's perfect. The castle does the thing where like Symphony of the Night, where it has two castles. So you have the regular castle and then you have the inverted castle. In this game, the castle is like a shadow of itself. So you have the main castle and then the second castle is the main castle, but the enemies are harder. Some places that you could go to in the first castle you can't go to, but then again vice versa, and you can travel from that castle's places where you weren't supposed to be in to the other castle, and then you can keep exploring. And the Metroidvania aspects in this game work very, very well. I really, really enjoyed exploring the entire castle. The boss fights, I found them to be like no consequence at all. Like there weren't any boss fights that stand out. Like they were all just like demon and suit of armor and bigger suit of armor and zombie and bat and nothing special. And the thing is, like in most Castlevania games, you get like sub weapons. You can get like knives, an axe, holy water, a Bible that attacks enemies and whatnot. So I found the Bible, and the Bible usually when you turn it on, it just spins around you, kind of like a little shield that does damage. And there are some holy books that you can find that add elemental damage to your sub weapons. And I found out that the ice plus the Bible creates like these waves of holy fire that go out and damage everything a bunch of times. And I pretty much just like stood next to the bosses, did that, and basically killed them. Like there were bosses that I was definitely underleveled. I was not supposed to be there, and I still beat them doing that. Like I could cheese the bosses really easily in this game. I know a lot of people hate this game because it's quote unquote not as good as the other ones. I think it goes Aria, this one, and then Circle of the Moon. But I can understand that people hate this game because the music is fucking awful.
That's sad.
The music is so fucking terrible. Like the title of the game is Harmony of Dissonance.
Yes.
Right? You know what dissonance is, right?
Yes.
Explain what dissonance is.
No.
Please.
No.
Why not?
Because I know what it is, but I don't know how to explain what it is. I'm going to look up the definition
of dissonance. Because the music in this game is a harmony of dissonance. It is.
Dissonance is a lack of harmony among musical notes. An unusual degree of dissonance for such choral styles. A tension or clash resulting from the combination of two disharmonious or unsuitable elements.
Exactly. So that's what the music is like the entire fucking time. Since the game starts,
That's
the
lovely.
music is horrible.
Yeah, that's really cringy. It's like a bunch of toddlers trying to play the score from anything.
Right. That's pretty much it.
Bunch of toddlers trying to put on a production of
like,
Phantom of the Opera.
So it's like It's like having Kirk Hammett from Metallica, the lead guitarist, start playing something and then taking Lars and tell him play something, and Lars plays something that doesn't match entirely, because that's what Lars does in Metallica. He's like a fucking idiot with drums. That's what the music is like. It's like you have Hans Zimmer playing with Luna.
Yeah.
Awful.
Cardi B, Howard Shore together.
Except,
although I think they could make it work.
Howard Shore and Tyler Connolly.
Okay. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Weird Al and anyone.
Well, no, because Weird Al molds himself to everything.
Does he?
Have you heard Eat It?
Yes.
It's good.
Oh, God.
Have you heard Pretty Fly? Not Pretty Fly. White and Nerdy?
Yes.
It's good, right? So not Weird Al. So it just feels like you have like these really complicated melodies with like horrific backing instruments. The music is really, really fucking bad. Like I started playing it and I was like, holy shit, I remember the music is terrible, but I didn't remember that the music is terrible. And it's super compressed as well. So it sounds super Game Boy-y. And you have audio cues, like voice lines from the characters, but they're in Japanese. And you can tell what they're saying, but they also kind of sound really horrible at the same time. But then you have like the enemy screaming when they die, or like when the whip hits, or like shit breaking and whatnot, and that sounds good, but the rest of it is just, it's like auditory vomit.
Auditory purgatory.
That's what it felt like I was stuck in. Overall, like that, if that is like the one thing that I have to complain about from the game,
that's not bad.
It's not bad at all, because
just mute it.
I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and get a jump start in this game. I'm probably gonna talk about this game later in the month. No, like I was supposed to be Dead Space before this game, right? And I sat down and I beat the entire game before I even touched Dead Space, because I was having that great of a time. And I feel like Konami should have done more Metroidvanias with Belmonts as the main protagonist, because I feel like the whip, even though it's like a one-trick pony, it's still a very fun tool to use, because depending on how you play, you can use the reach to do whatever damage you want, and you can still be at a safe distance, and it can kind of create this dance of fighting these monsters of, I don't want to get damaged, so I back out, I come in and attack, and just keep a constant flow to the combat, which I thought was fucking great, even though I broke the game by combining those two sub weapons. Just fucking steamrolled everything. I really think that even though people talk shit about this game, they should really play this game, because this is an excellent Castlevania game. It is. I kind of want to say this is baby's first Castlevania, because it's easy. It's very easy, but it is still a very fun game. And, if you buy the Castlevania Advance Collection for $20, you get 3 fucking amazing games and Dracula X.
That's not bad at all.
Right?
So, the steal.
It is a steal. And the thing is, you can play the North American version or the Japanese version of the game in the Castlevania Advance Collection. So if you want to try either one for whatever reason, you can. So some thoughts that I had. I really like this game. I remember liking it the first time I played it. I didn't remember how much the music sucked. The game, in my opinion, looks great. I particularly like Juiced's blue outline, because Juiced has like this blue outline around him. And like the game is very bright and kind of vibrant, which is weird for a Castlevania game, because they're usually dark, medieval, gothic,
Yes. Dracula-y.
Right. But because the game was released on the
Transylvania.
Right. So because the game was released on the Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy Advance was fully colored, it was a Super Nintendo basically, but it didn't have a backlight. Games that were too color rich, didn't look good like Circle of the Moon. Circle of the Moon looks amazing on Switch. On a Game Boy Advance, it looks awful. You cannot tell what's going on the screen because it's so fucking dark. So they would make games bright and colorful like this to overcome the lack of a light on the Game Boy. And now they just look oversaturated. But for me, this game still looks amazing. So I think this game looks great. And they did this blue outline around you so you can tell who you are the entire time. I didn't like how there were a ton of bosses, but they all boiled down to hit them hard enough for them to die. There were
with your steel tip whip
and my infinite holy fire. I love the Bible with ice magic weapon combo, which I already talked about. The second castle was reminiscent of Symphony of the Night. Again, you have a second castle to explore with a bunch of different stuff to do in there. I really, really enjoyed this game a lot. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Damn.
Thinking back on it, I think on a good day, I would give this game a 9 because I think I gave it an 8.5 because I kind of got stuck at one point and I couldn't really tell on the map where I was supposed to go next because you have two maps and you have the option to view Castle A's map, Castle B's map, and then two of them together. And it's all color-coded, so you can tell exactly where you've been and what castle and where you haven't and where you've been on both castles. But for some reason, there was like this little door that's like right underneath like a path that I couldn't tell was a door for a long time. And it took me a while to figure it out. And when I did, and I went there, that's exactly where I had to go. So it's probably me being stupid or probably bad game design. I don't know. That's the only thing that would... Because I did spend like a good 30 minutes trying to figure that out. So that's why I give it an 8.5. But
I would have spent like 30 hours trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah, because I read the Castle of Illusion, the Illusion Island map. You're like, I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue what you did. We need to go back to that. I think now that it's cozy out. We woke up to a crisp 57 degrees this morning, and we forgot to say that.
Oh yeah.
We can be cozy and cute.
We got a long garbage.
We do.
Ready?
It's going to be a long episode. Shit, we're at an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. So are we ready for garbage?
We are ready for garbage.
All right, that is Give Me the Gorbage.
This week's restaurant is Jack's, the chain, and specifically the one in Dawson, Georgia, because it just opened.
Do we want to talk Jack's first, or do we want to do taste test first?
Let's do taste test first. We will come back to Jack's.
What do we have for taste test?
We have Simply... No. What was the brand?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think was it Simply Made?
I don't know.
Let me look it up real quick.
Oh dear.
Aguas frescas. Let me see. Simply Made. Minute Maid. Yes. Aguas frescas. Minute Maid. No, it's not Minute Maid. Yes, it is Minute Maid. Aguas frescas. Minute Maid. We have pineapple horchata and strawberry. What is agua fresca?
It is fruit water. Fresh fruit water.
So basically it's water.
With fresh fruit in it.
And a shit ton of sugar.
Fresh fruit juice, specifically.
Yes, it is.
Not chunks of fruit.
It is amazing.
It's really sweet, fruity water.
It's so good.
It's not lemonade.
If you go to a real Mexican restaurant
with real Mexican people running and working it.
With real Mexican
real
food.
Mexicans.
Right. If you order tacos and they just give you meat on a corn tortilla
with cheese and lettuce, it's not a real Mexican restaurant.
If they give you a corn tortilla with just meat, onions, and cilantro,
it's real.
It's a real Mexican place. You will probably be able to ask for like agua frescas there. Even if you just ask for horchata, that's agua fresca, but that one's made with rice and cinnamon and some other spices. So we have pineapple, horchata, and strawberry. Which one do you want to start with?
I want to start with the pineapple horchata because I don't think I'm going to like it.
Okay, you take the first sip and mute your microphone because Will turns into a little bitch every time he hears somebody eat or drink. And yes, Will, I'm calling you out. If you don't like it, say something on Discord. Unmute. What do you think?
It's not bad. I don't love it, but it's a little, I don't know. It's not as pineapple-y
I really like that.
as I thought it would be, I guess.
I really like that a lot.
It makes me think of like a freshwater pina colada.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like...
Put a cherry on top. It's
like,
not bad.
It's like pina colada, but with a very mild horchata.
Yeah. It's not very cinnamony. I was worried.
Yeah, it's creamy as fuck. And it smells amazing. I really like that one. Okay. Do strawberry now. I'm excited about the strawberry because I feel like just being one single fruit that it could be really good. So, what do you think?
That's very pleasant. It's like fresh strawberry juice. It's like, it's really good. You worry with that kind of stuff is going to taste really fake. You don't like it, do you?
It's not my favorite.
Really?
It's good. It's good. But
I like that one better.
It's weird. It's
Why
not.
Is it weird?
I don't know. It's like it's missing something.
What?
It needs to be colder.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to be a whole lot colder.
I mean, it's been several hours since we got home, but until it's hit like the first 24 hours in the fridge, it's not really cold.
I feel like if it was really cold and a little bit more diluted, that would be it. The pineapple one is great on its own, but that strawberry
it's nice
is a
having it at the
off.
Mexican restaurant and it like still being kind of like a little frothy, you know?
Like when you order it at the Mexican restaurant?
Like I think about it in Molcajete when you got that lime one, I think.
Oh, man.
And it literally had like the frothy bits on top. It's almost like pulp, I guess. Well, it's not really pulpy though. I don't know.
So have you seen how they store them most of the time?
No.
They have like the 10-gallon buckets, not buckets, the 10-gallon gallons of water that you put on like water dispensers and officer water coolers. It's kind of like that with the top cut off, and they just fill that with the agua fresca and ice, and they just take it with a ladle and pour it in your cup.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's how a lot of places do it. And because there's so much submerging of the ladle with that whole scoop of just air when it goes in, it just kind of like fills it up, and that's why it's kind of frothy.
I see.
Yeah. I want to go to Vicky's real soon.
Let's go visit my dad next weekend and we can go to Vicky's.
Let's tell him to let's go Friday. I wish we could go Friday. Let's go Saturday and get some
We could
Vicky's.
go Friday.
Friday? No, it would be too late.
Ask them if they want to go out Saturday night and go to Vicky's.
You text them.
I'll ask them.
Yeah. So it'd be weird if I asked you, like, text your dad. I don't know. It's like, hey, you want to go get tacos?
Go get tacos with me. He would love that. That would not be weird at all.
It would be strange for me.
It would make his day.
And then he can invite his favorite son, Gage, I guess.
He loves him some Vicky's.
Gage?
Yes. Loves him some Vicky's.
It'd be cool to have your brother too. I like your brother.
I think. Wait, what?
It would be cool to have your brother too.
I like him too.
What are you talking about?
You said you like him. I said I like him too. He's the best.
I take the Pokemon he offers me. That doesn't mean I like him. I like your brother. Your brother's cool.
Anyway.
Yes. So these, what do you think?
Gorbage?
No.
Yeah. I think they're definitely worth a try. I think it'll probably be something we buy regularly because they're not bad.
I think the strawberry one might be a regular one.
I don't know that I'd say Gorbage. They're good. But they're not amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Let me get this strawberry one. And actually, let me do it right now because I have some ice cold water right here.
Oh, oh yeah, because you said you needed to dilute it some and get it colder.
And get it colder. I think this will work it into where I want it to be. Keep talking while I drink.
Let's see. I want to taste it too, so let me try it. I'll just never forget that time we went to that Mexican restaurant in Dawson and you asked for agua fresca to that poor little white girl and she was like,
"We have wine."
"What's that? We got some wine." And I was just like, "No, that's not even close to what he's looking for."
No, that's better. It needs to be colder, but that's better. What do you think?
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think it's almost garbage. I think it could be better, but
Minute Maid agua fresca.
Because it's mass produced and it needs to have a long shelf life.
Yeah, it's never going to be super fresh.
Yeah. But still pretty fucking good. It's a good option for not having it like we do.
Exactly, because apparently the only real Mexicans are in Tifton.
You know, like I grabbed them and put them in the cart, and when I turned around, I saw like this. You saw the little family of Mexicans walking up towards us.
Yeah,
I was gonna tell. I was like, "Tienen agua fresca."
You should have.
I should have.
You should have. They probably would have thought it was hilarious.
They look like they had just come from church too.
Oh, bless it. Speaking of Vickies, have we garbage Vickies before?
No.
We can garbage Vickies.
Okay, talk about Jack's.
Okay, so we went to Jack's. We've never been to Jack's before.
It's not Jack in the Box. It's Jack's.
No, it's Jack's. And it is a chain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where all it is located. I don't know that I've ever actually seen one before. Have you?
No.
I don't think so.
The logo looks a lot like the new Jack in the Box
Jack in
logo.
the Box, yeah. But it's not
Jack in the Box.
So I thought it was just burgers.
Mm-hmm. I know. Like it's weird that you just thought it was burgers. I thought it was just fried chicken.
That's weird. So we pulled up last night?
Yeah.
We were going to potentially we were just gonna get snacks there because we had gotten it into I convinced you that we needed to have meatloaf. Anyway.
We needed to have meatloaf.
But we just glanced at their menus and was like, oh shit, this is like down home southern cooking with fried chicken and shit. And he's like, oh shit, they have burgers. We were just like, what? Anyway, so we finally went today for lunch. I say finally like it's been open for more than a fucking week. But we went for lunch and I decided I was going to try the chicken sandwich because I've been craving Popeye's chicken sandwiches lately. So I was like, okay, we'll see if this measures up. And you got a burger and we accidentally ordered a third combo because we wanted some nuggets and we wanted some mac and cheese. And the girl was like, okay, and what to drink? And we were just like, But good news, Jack's is dirt cheap. So 3 combos only cost us $23.
Right.
Which is insane. We normally can't eat for $23 just getting 2 combos, but the 2 of us. So that was crazy. Granted, then we saw the food and understood maybe why it was $23. It's not very big. But anyway, I had their sweet tea, and their sweet tea was actually very good.
Yeah.
And they have the canisters labeled with the date and time that they put it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They had all been brewed at 12. No, 12's not accurate. Is 12 maybe when it was supposed to be changed?
Maybe.
Because it all said October 8th. And one of them said 12, one of them said 12:30. Maybe it was when it was supposed to be changed.
Probably.
Okay, so, but it was still very good. And, so I guess I'll start with my sandwich. Or do you want to start with something else?
Let me start with the burger, because I feel like chicken's definitely the best thing.
Okay, start with the burger.
It was a Universal Studios ass burger.
It was a theme park burger. It was a cafeteria burger.
I do have some positives about the burger. The lettuce and tomato were fresh.
That's good.
Which I'm glad. That part was good. The bacon was cooked perfect. It was crunchy.
It looked crunchy and nice, but not burnt.
Right. It didn't have... What the fuck are you doing?
I was trying to move my shoe.
Stop.
It's making my OCD go crazy.
Because you're touching the whole thing and it's reverberating. The bacon didn't taste like anything, though.
Oh, so it was great texture, but it didn't have any flavor?
Yeah. I didn't get any
That's
smoky,
sad.
any salty.
I should have
just-
taken a bite.
Yeah. The patties were the most bland burger patties. If you think mass-produced burger patty, that's it.
But it was like a Bubba Burger or something.
No, because it was thin.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was like a very thin, White Castle-ass looking burger patty, but it tasted like nothing. I don't even... I had this for lunch, and I don't remember if it had mayonnaise, ketchup, anything in it.
I was going to ask what they put on it.
That's it. Cheese.
Jeez.
It's edible. I have definitely had way worse burgers, but it wasn't worth the $8 that I paid for that combo.
Yeah, because the combo came with the fries. Let's talk about the fries next. They're crinkle fries that are not really crinkle fries. They're confused. They're somewhere in between a regular fry and a crinkle fry, and they're sweet. And they're weird.
I didn't find them sweet.
I found them sweet.
The salt was weird because the salt wasn't like crystals, it was like powder. I felt like those fries to me felt like if In-N-Out made French fries, crinkle cut fries, that would be it because they were hard. Some of them kind of tasted like raw potato.
Yeah.
And they were not very good at all.
They were awful.
Yeah.
I think we both ate like 3 apiece.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I did
And they were small. They were small containers of fries. Very small. Not good.
Did not like the fries at all.
Not good.
I can pass on those fries.
So I got the chicken sandwich and I went full Karen mode the minute I opened that bitch to take a picture of it. Nothing on it but pickles. I'm like, this is not Chick-fil-A. What the fuck? So I asked you, my kind husband, to go get me a packet of mayonnaise from the condiment bar. What do they not have on the condiment bar? Fucking mayonnaise. What the fuck? You gonna give dry chicken sandwiches with no mayonnaise in your condiment bar? And both of us are pussies and wouldn't go up to the counter and ask for mayonnaise.
They were slammed.
They were slammed. So thankfully we'd gotten comeback sauce with the nuggets that we got. So I put that comeback sauce on that sandwich, and guess what? It didn't make that much of a difference. It gave it a little more flavor. The chicken is fried very well, but it isn't treated well. It's just a huge chunk of chicken.
It's just a breast.
The pickles are weird.
The pickles were awful.
The bun is awful and very dry.
The bun reminded me of
a cafeteria bun.
A worse Church's chicken bun.
Yeah.
Because I really like the Church's chicken bun. It felt like that, but not as good.
Because when I think of a good chicken sandwich, I think of Popeyes. I think of that
brioche.
Moist brioche bun.
You're not going to get that anywhere else other than Popeyes.
I think of that crispy ass chicken. The pickles just bring it all together, and it is loaded down with mayonnaise or spicy sauce, whichever one you get. But then that chicken patty, I didn't even eat half of it. I gave more than half of it to you.
And I tried it. I took a bite, and it just felt like dense chicken. Like they don't do anything to that chicken other than batter it and fry it. It wasn't pounded out. It wasn't soaked in anything to help break it down. It wasn't poked full of holes so that it would become more tender. It's just defrosted chicken batter fryer. But the batter is pretty fucking good.
The batter is very good.
Which is the same batter that they use on the nuggets.
The nuggets, yes. So we got the nuggets and the comeback sauce. Comeback sauce is really good.
Yes. The comeback sauce has a hint of Tabasco. I feel like I could use more because I feel like the spicy is like there, like a touch of it. I feel like it could be pushed a little bit more. But it's pretty good standard textbook comeback sauce.
Yeah. And the nuggets. Mm-hmm. They're so crispy and yummy. Oh, they were delicious.
They're juicy.
They're small enough that I don't feel like the chicken was wacky.
Bigger than Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah.
Crunchier than Chick-fil-A's.
Much crunchier.
Much more flavorful.
I mean, Chick-fil-A's not crunchy at all.
I feel like if they put the same effort that they did into the nuggets, into the fried chicken, they should have pretty fucking banging fried chicken.
They should.
Which we're going to find out at some point. Because I am a fried chicken fiend now, apparently. Mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese was decent. Your standard elbow noodles, I honestly thought it looked like it was Kraft mac and cheese.
It wasn't.
It did not taste like Kraft mac and cheese, no. Does it measure up to like Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese? No. Is it better than like the Popeyes mac and cheese or the KFC mac and cheese? Yes. It still had like that gooey element that I feel like the others don't have. The Chick-fil-A does. But they didn't have the lovely crispy cheese element the Chick-fil-A does. So it was decent. I'd get it again. I'd get it over the french fries any day.
Oh, yeah.
I want to try the mashed potatoes and gravy.
I do too.
I want to see what that's like.
I really want to try the fried chicken and the mashed potatoes and gravy. Because they have like dinner meals for $6.
Yeah, if you go after 4 p.m., they have like $6 deals.
We should try that because I feel like we could get some pretty good fried chicken. I kind of want to try the tenders too.
Let's do it on a day when we had a good lunch.
Never.
So we aren't too disappointed. Hey, it'll be tomorrow. We're going to have good lunch tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go to Jack's tomorrow. Please.
I thought this place was okay if you base it off of the nuggets. But if you base it off of everything, it's a meh.
Yeah.
A very low meh.
We're like 0.5 points away from garbage. Yeah. It's not great.
Because
but it's so cheap.
it's sustenance. It's cheap sustenance.
Yeah, like cheap doesn't get you that far if it's not any good.
No. I mean the nuggets though. The nuggets were $6. So
Reminded me a little bit of Cookout, honestly. But like not as good.
Cookout is a lot better.
Similar caliber. Similar vibe.
Vibes.
Like, yeah. And like with like smaller portions.
Right.
So you can get a bunch of food and it's cheap, but it's like not as much food as you think it's going to be.
Right.
Because it's like not as big as a standard combo. It's actually probably as big as a combo should be, but you know, we're Americans, so everything is gigantic portions.
Right. Right. So yeah, okay, meh. What do you think?
Oh, remind me again, which one is lower?
Meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I can go with that. It might change when we have the fried chicken.
Yeah, we'll see what the dinners are like.
Right. So.
And the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Right. So that's it. We're done, right?
We're done.
So that's it for this week's episode of A Novel Console. Karradyne?
A horror console.
A horror console. I need to change that in the text.
Yes, you do.
That. Is there anything else you want to say before we end the show?
No, nothing except have a spooky time.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.